Hello everyone, this is Shayna from Kaiyuni Kreations. Welcome back to another video from whichever part of the world you are. I know it's been a while since I've been on here and showed a video and I was taking care of a few things, but now I am back. So welcome to my new subscribers who joined, and for those who've been with me all along, guys, thank you for joining me. And today we're going to have a little Easter treat for everybody. This is Little Duck's Easter Surprise. It's a children's book that I found in the thrift store. It was a little worn and, a little bit of damage to it, but I think we can do something with it. What I want to do is to make book tags from them. They're the nice hard chipboard pages. I've already made one tag. I just love the colors here. We've got a little butterfly charm that I've added to hang on to the edge there from the tag, the little name tag part of it. And that's Mama Duck. We have a little wooden Happy Easter. And I have a few other embellishments that I put on there. So this is the wooden Happy Easter embellishment. I got it from this pack from Hobby Lobby last year when it was on sale. So that is what I've been using for this. And that's what is on the tag there. We've got our flat back gems. And then that's Mama Duck there with the duckling and the egg that she's sitting on, waiting for it to hatch. And we've got a little lace trim at the bottom, a little fella in the corner there, puffy sticker, and of course a floral embellishment. And my ribbon at the top, it's a sheer ribbon and the other kind. And we have the edges that I've inked in vintage photo. So there's a little paper tag at the top there if you want to write a name on there, if you're going to use this just a gift tag. On the reverse side, I kept the writing, and here we are, the two ducklings. They're looking at this egg to see what is going to come of it. And I've added on this side something a little different. I did a wooden leaf in the corner, and these leaves I also picked up from Hobby Lobby. They were on sale as well. I just thought they were cute and they would come in handy for several projects. So yes, that was from Hobby Lobby as well. So I've put one on the tag. I've got a little puffy bug on the leaf as well, flat back gem, and of course the lace trim that runs at the bottom. And I've just loved the lavender color on the front side of this tag and how that one came out. So today we're going to make, let's do two more today, quickly. And I'm going to speed up the video. I love this one that I chose here. I love the colors. They're very vibrant and springy. And for this one, I'm going to use the leaves again, along with some flowers. And I picked the flowers up from Hobby Lobby as well when they were on sale. So I don't need to see the writing this time. We're going to cover those over. And I'm going to use my glue gun to glue the leaves down. It's probably the best medium to use. I'm going to let the leaves hang over the edge just a little bit. And then we're going to put the flowers in between. And we don't have to worry about the writing. And these illustrations, they have a little bit of glitter in them too, like glitter outlines. I don't know if you're able to see all of those, but I just love them. And then the back we're gonna, so the front I chose the pink because it blended in with the lily flowers on there. So we're gonna go ahead and work on the back now. So I'm gonna use a fabric pocket this time. And the fabric has like a kind of a raised embossed design on it. I don't know if you're able to see that. So I'm gonna put that along the bottom. So one of the ducks is gonna be covered, that's okay. And I'm gonna use a paper bow that I made. And these are quite easy to make. And there are several tutorials on YouTube on how to make them. But if you'd like me to show you how, just let me know below in the comments. So I'm going to put that on top of the bow. And then we're going to add, or let's go ahead and add here the pocket first. I hate when my glue dries up. And that's why I keep a paper clip handy. So we're going to add here the glue to 3 sides of the fabric pocket, and then hold it down. This glue dries fairly quickly. It's very strong. So you use a paper towel to pick up any excess glue if you have any. And then we're going to use a hot glue gun to put the bow down. And I'm going to add a flat back gem just to jazz up the bow a little bit. And I think that pink one is going to work. So we're going to stick the bow down with a hot glue gun. And then we're going to plop the little gem down in the middle of the bow. So that is going to hold. It's not going to move from there. So we're going to get the gem on now. And there, I think that gives it a nice touch. So now you've got your fabric pocket with a bow on it. And the other side, you have your little flowers. So next we need to make a hole to put the ribbons at above. I'm going to use my crocodile punch to get that in there. And these ribbons, you can use it to tie it onto your gift bag if you're using it that way. Or just be a style if you're going to put it in your junk journal. So let me see what I've got. So the ribbons I'm going to go with, well, actually I'm going to go make a tag first. So in case you want to write the person's name on there. And it's going to be just roughly 2.5 inches wide. Maybe 1.5 inches deep. It's just a small tag in case you want to put the person's name on there. So I'm going to use my trimmer to cut it out. And then don't forget to round your edges. It always gives it a nice finished appearance. And I'm probably going to ink the edges as well with my vintage photo distress ink. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and apply it. And then we're going to ink the edges of the book page or the tag. Again, just to give it a nice finish. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the little name tag we made onto the big tag. And it's okay if it covers a little bit of the image. I wouldn't worry too much about that. So I'm going to hold this down for a couple of seconds while it dries. And again, use a paper towel to pick up any excess glue. I have a little bit just hanging over the edge. So this is the ribbon that I'm going to put in there. It's a kind of dusky pink, which I love. I'm going to do 2 types, of course, get 2 different materials. So that is the one. And then for the second one, which is the zigzag color, I'm actually going to apply it to the back along the bottom of the pocket. Because I kind of like how that looks down there. So we'll go ahead and trim it down to size and use a glue gun to adhere it. And again, you can stop here if you want to, or you could add more embellishments if you want to. There are no rules. I think this is going to be it for me. I may put a flat back gem at the base of the ribbon or glue the ribbon down to keep it in place. So I'm going to add just a little dab of glue on both sides so the ribbon doesn't shift around. This way I don't have to tie it. And then we're going to trim the ribbons down to size. And I'm going to actually add an amber gem there, just to give it a little bit of character. And there you go. So before I'm finished, we're going to make sure that the ribbons are not too long. I'm actually going to put a pond fly stamp or a dragonfly, since they are sitting in a pond, onto the tag. And I think I like how this one is coming out. So this is the first one that I did. And we have the second one. And we're going to go ahead and trim the ribbons off so they're a decent length. And there you have it. And that took just about 5 minutes to make. So we're going to try one more. Oh, I love this illustration. See the lovely colors that are there. Look at those little ducklings. And then look at them over there. So this is kind of why I picked this book. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges again. I'm going to do something a little different with this one. We're going to use acetate pockets or the clear plastic pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it out carefully and cut it. And I'm not actually using a measuring tape, guys. I'm just eyeballing it. But please feel free to measure. So I made the pocket deep enough so that you can actually put stuff in there. But then because it's acetate, you can see the image still. And make sure you remove any smudges from the plastic. And it's best to use double-sided tape for acetate. The wet glue, it will 1, show through, 2, it will smudge, and 3, it'll take a long time to dry. So the double-sided tape is probably the best route to go when you're using plastic or acetate. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up and then glue the pocket down on top. And you get the best of both worlds. You get your pocket and you still get to see your full image. So just make sure there are no smudges on the acetate before you put it down. And there you have it. Go ahead and trim off any excess acetate that is sticking over. And guys, that's your pocket. And of course, we're going to put a little bit of embellishments on it. I might put the Happy Easter wooden sticker. Yep, I did. The wooden embellishment. So it keeps that neutral brown beige color, as well as add some depth to the tag. I'm going to let that dry for a little as we go along. Okay, and we're going to put a little flat back gem in the corner, a nice amber color to go with little duck's feathers. And he's still waiting for this egg to hatch. And there's your pocket. So you have your pocket as well as you get to keep your image. And we could put something else. Like I said, you can stop here or you can keep going. I have a puffy sticker here, and I think I'm going to do the dragonfly. And he'll go with the little greenery at the top of the tag there. Just even it out on the tag. All right. And there's your tag. I'm just trying to test it out. And on the other side, I love this little image too. Look at all the little ducklings, 6 of them in all, and they're just waiting for this egg to hatch. So I'm going to cover up the writing on the back on this one here with another tag. I think I'm going to do it the long way, just make a long tag across the entire bottom of it. So I'm going to get my trimmer out and just trim that down to size. And just make sure your paper is aligned properly. And I'm using coffee dyed cardstock for these paper tags. Go ahead and round your edges as well as ink them. So I'm going to use the vintage photo in a minute just to ink the edges. I think it's 110-pound cardstock as well. And we're going to get out another little bug or springtime animal, probably the ladybug I think I'm going to try. And I just love these little punches. I believe I did get this one in Michael's, this pack of stamps. But there's a ladybug that I put down the corner there. And then I'm going to use something else for the other side. I might use one of just the wooden pieces of the Easter ephemera that we showed earlier. And see how that works. Yep, the egg. I think we can do the egg. But it's not showing up the way I wanted to. I think we need a color behind there. So let's see what I've got in my stash. This is where your scrap paper comes in. No, that's not going to work. Maybe like a brown color that I can use. So let's see what I've got and what scraps I've got in my stash here. Oh, these are all the Christmas colors. I've got a lot of die cuts in there too. So that brown, let's see. I think I passed the brown. I'm going to go back and see what I have. Yep, I like that brown. That's a piece of embossed paper I was using for a card project. And I have it left over. I think that might be a little too narrow though. I'm going to see if I find a wider piece, if I have any. I do. All right, so this one is going to work. So it's an embossed paper that I made from something else. So I like that. So that shows up. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to make it into a pocket. So it's going to be a little deeper. So we're going to cut it down on that side. Let's mark, and I'm going to mark where I want it to, how tall I want the pocket on this side. We'll get our trimmer out and just to trim it down to the size, and then we're good to go. So this embossed paper, I noticed it had some white spots on it from the embossing. So I'm just going to gently rub the vintage ink inside to make it brown again. And then ink the edges. Do a thumb notch in there. And then apply it to the card. And I do like how that looks. And then see how the egg looks on top. Yep, I think we're going to go with that. So I'm going to use the double-sided tape again to glue it down just because it's less messy. And just to glue the 3 sides down, make sure the side with the thumb notch does not have glue on it. because that'll present a little bit of a problem when you're trying to use your pockets. So we're going to go ahead and stick this down to the page. And there, now it just shows the ducks looking at the egg. So I'm going to use regular glue to add the little paper tag portion on, or the coffee dyed cardstock portion with the ladybug on it. And then I'm going to use the glue gun to do the wooden egg on it. And that's only because it's wood. I think the glue gun will make it, it'll fit better. It will adhere better with the glue gun. And there we have it. I think we're doing good. And of course, you can go further if you wanted to. I think I might just stop here. I'm going to use my crocodile to punch a hole for the ribbons. This is a nifty tool. This is good for chipboard and these thick paper mediums. And I'm going to see what ribbons I have. I want to keep the beige color, the neutral beige and browns going. So I believe I do have a piece of jute ribbon that I'm going to try. And this ribbon, guys, I got it from the Dollar Tree. It's a nice jute design on it. And I think I have to make a second hole just to make the hole bigger. Not a problem. So we're going to run that through there. And then I'll probably use a little piece of the cream sheer ribbon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in now. I know it's kind of hard to see it here, but yeah, I did use some of that. And I like how that came out. So you don't have the two mixture of materials on there. So I'm going to glue it down with a glue gun so that it stays in place. And this way I don't have to tie a knot to keep it. Just like that. Be sure to trim off any excess and make the lengths even. And I'm going to glue down the sheer ribbon now, so that stays in place. And I think that's it. I mean, I love how this came out. Simple project. Doesn't take a lot. You can use materials that you have in there. The illustrations are beautiful. And these were the other two that we make. Let me clear up here a little bit so you can see. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, guys, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as like and share. This is what keeps my channel going. And here we have the 3 tags that we made. All Easter themed, beautiful illustrations, functional. And don't forget, you can also catch me on my other social media platforms. I do have Pinterest, Instagram, and then I have my website with the blogs on it.